morning, everybody. I'm Teresa Perrin, and this is my stock market watch list for Friday, December 30th, 2022. As you can see by the color of the cover, the futures are red this morning. Guys, I don't know if yesterday was a little bit of false hope or potentially a Santa Claus rally, and this morning we're just going to get a slight pullback followed by a move higher. If it is a true Santa Claus rally, then that's what I would expect. However, I am very, very doubtful. I do not think we found our bottom yet. And I think a lot of this will have to do with the options chain and whatever they're trying to rug pull today. So we'll see how it goes. But again, volume I expect to be very low, and it's easy for them to manipulate stocks during this time. Just keep that in mind, and please do not over leverage yourself on anything. Happy New Year's, guys. I hope that you all have a wonderful weekend, and be looking for a video to come out from me this weekend with my New Year's resolutions regarding the stock market and my personal trading and recommendations for you guys of things to think about going into the new year. So let's get started. Okay, guys, so let's start with Cala. Oh, and real quick, if you could smash that like button for me, it helps with the algorithms, and I would really appreciate it. So, Cala, those of you that follow me on Twitter saw I posted this a couple days ago down at $6. Guys, this is how to run that I can't even imagine. And after hours, it's up significantly again. It actually went above $40 in pre-market. I would be very hesitant on trying to get into this play now. In fact, it may be starting to look like a good short at some point. However, who knows? If this gets a pullback, could it run again? Absolutely. So I would just have it on your radar if you haven't already gotten into this. It's certainly worth watching. It's been absolutely a phenomenal move. All right, SXTC. SXTC is something that I've been watching for a few months now, guys, and it's kind of been range bound. But yesterday and after hours, it started to break out, and as you can see, it's up 10.93% in after hours and pre-market this morning. Keep an eye on this. I think that you could see a significant move as China stocks have been rallying, and this one hasn't gotten that move yet. TUEM. All right, I'm putting this on here to err you on caution that they are voluntarily delisting from the NASDAQ. I don't know what the date is, but as you can see, they're doing that one last rally, something like I expect in Cores, which is going through the same thing. Sorry, I thought I had Cores next, but I do have Cores to tell you that same exact thing. But I am not touching TUEM, even if it has a great rally. I just feel like at that price that it's already up 91.3% in after hours, it's just not worth it to me. Even if this thing goes higher, I don't know when the delisting is, and I'm honestly, guys, in a lot of pain. It's killing me to even get out of bed to make this for you, but I feel the need to. So it's just something I don't want to have to watch. If you guys have that desire, I would just not hold it through end of day. PALI. All right, PALI. I do have why this is moving in pre-market. Let's see. PALI is up because they recently provided an update on its U.S. Phase 2 study evaluating LB1148 for the reduction in intra-abdominal adhesions in subjects following elective bowel resection. So, guys, PALI is up 23%. It was up 77.9% yesterday. What is going on with PALI, and is it going to turn into something like a Cali? I don't know, and I don't know if they have an options chain. If they don't, I'd be on the lookout. Could this be the next runner? I swear, this time of year, they do weird things with stocks and running them like you saw that run up with Cali, whatever it is. So keep an eye on PALI today. Carvana, CVNA. Okay, guys, this one is very, very beat down. Again, this is not one that I'm recommending you hold in your portfolio for a long time. I personally am swinging this on a rebound rally. Does it move higher today? Yes, I think. But guys, again, if the market's right, it could also pull back. But I do believe that you're going to see people that have made a lot of money shorting this potentially cash out of it for the new year and then use their gains to take another stock that they want to tax loss harvest in. Just a thought. I don't know that it's going to happen for sure, but it could. So keep an eye on Carvana. Ford, F-O-R-D, ticker F. It has actually been running nicely on some good news that came out yesterday, and their F-150 pickup truck. Guys, I do believe that it's included in that tax credit that got signed into bill, so I think that that's helping it as well. So please keep an eye on Ford today. I know it dipped under this 1150 in pre-market, but I think you're going to potentially see it move higher. Again, if Tesla drops, it could follow. And Tesla looks iffy this morning. And I think, again, a lot of that's going to have to do with option chain. Or did they sucker a lot of people to get into those 1150 options on Ford? And are they going to keep it below it? I don't know, but it's worth watching for a move in either direction. Just don't get married to a direction, guys. SoFi, S-O-F-I. All right, this is another one technically that I really like right here, and I think we could see a move higher. Now, it's following the rest of the market and is down slightly in pre-market, but prior to making this video, I did check on it again, and it was up a little bit more. I think that SoFi could technically get a run, guys. I'm looking for a breakthrough 5 in SoFi. CLF. All right, guys, technically, I really like this chart. It had a major pullback followed by a little bit of a relief rally starting yesterday. As you can see, it was up 1.48%. I think it has a lot of room to run here, and I would be looking for that breakthrough 1750 is where my first target is on CLF. It's been beat down hard. Mullen, M-U-L-N, Mullen Automotives had a nice breakout yesterday. Guys, keep an eye on this. It's been beat down very hard, and I think that you're going to see some nice moves in the coming days. I would not expect it to get over 50 cents today due to those options, unless, of course, a lot of people are betting against it. Then you never know. A surprise could come our way. Definitely keep an eye on this, though, because I think I'm hoping it's finally found a bottom and that we're going to start to see some nice movement in Mullen this year. Helbiz, HLBZ, another one, guys, that's been beat down very hard. Keep an eye on Helbiz. Eventually, this thing's going to get a breakout, and I feel like it's just going to keep running. Personally, it can stay down in this range for a little while longer as I'm building my position in it, and the lower it is, the better off I am. However, of course, I don't want them to have to do a reverse split. However, it might be the only resort for them. Not sure about that yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if eventually they do. And guys, I'm okay with that. I mean, it would really stink, but I hope that that would kind of squeeze the shorts out. The CEO has been putting a lot of his own money in the stock and recently bought, and I do not see this stock not making me big gains over the next 5 to 10 years, reverse split or not. FWBI. Okay, FWBI went up and hit $1 in after hours. They pulled it back in pre-market, and I think it started to run again at a little bit after 7. I think it's back testing that 90-cent range. I could be wrong as I'm making this video. By the time it comes out, they could have pulled it back again. But guys, keep an eye on this. I called it out on Twitter yesterday and said I think we're going to start to see runs in the stock, and I truly believe we are. So I'm looking for a pretty big move in FWBI. AVCT. All right, guys, this came up in after hours and hit 110 yesterday. I'd like to see it come back up and break that 110 today. So AVCT is on my watch list. Remember, they have until January 15th to get those warrants into play if they want them in play, which they can exercise them at $1.80. Which, guys, obviously, if they're going to do that, they're going to want it to go higher than $1.80. So in the next 2 weeks, I am looking for a significant run in AVCT. ACOR, Accor. All right, this is another one, guys. I told you about this. It's kind of been range bound. It came up yesterday, came back down. Looking for ultimately next that breakthrough 75. Once it breaks 75, the next test is 85, and then I think we're going over above $1. So keep Accor on your watch list because I swear to God, I feel like it's going to be the next Cabo. Can't promise you that, but that's what my gut's telling me, and I'd like to say that I'm fairly decent with chart patterns and seeing things that are going to make moves. I can't tell you when this is going to do that, though, but it is on my radar. All right. Cabo, speak of the devil. All right, guys. So the 52-week high we have is $9.95. We are in the process of a gap fill up to, I believe it's $11.60 off the top of my head. Guys, I expect another big move coming in Kava. I expect it to break that 52-week high of 9.95, which is the tip of this cup that we're making. And as you can see, it's making that little handle, and I expect us to break out, whether it's today or next week. I'm not sure, but definitely keep it on your radar because it's coming, and we are going to fill that 1160 gap. TMC, the metals company. Guys, if I had to pick one stock to invest a crap ton of money in besides Helviz, it would be TMC. And I needed to continue working on building my position in this company because I think it's going to do a lot in the next 10 years. This is something that don't expect instant moves overnight. They're doing something new with ocean modules that's giving them the the minerals needed for electric vehicles, guys. And I do believe that this is going to be a banger of a stock. This was a SPAC that got beat down. I believe it was a SPAC because I know it was trading around $10 for a very long time. So that makes me think it was a SPAC. But it's been on my radar. I'm shocked it got below $1. But I think it's going to move very quickly back up above $1 from here. I think a lot of people tax loss harvested, and that's what brought it down. And I am extremely bullish on this company over a long-term time frame. So if you're going to build a position, as I am, I'm building it slowly. So I just don't care whether it goes up or down in the meantime, just dollar cost averaging in. All right. KPRX, this is another pharmaceutical company that is moving this morning, guys. And KPRX, oh, that's Coors. That's what I wanted to tell you on that. I think I did KPRX. Here it is. So KPRX announced on the 22nd that they filed for an offering. So guys, very often you see that move down, followed by a few days later that move up. I think that's what we're seeing in KPRX today, that rebound off of that offering that brought it down. So keep an eye on this one as well. All right, CSX. This is another technical play that the toots are loading up on, guys. When you see institutional buying, that should be a red flag to you that follow the big money. And look at the technicals on this. This is the 1 week chart. This thing I think is ready for a massive breakout. Does it happen today or next week? I'm not sure, but it's coming. So I would keep CSX on your radar. All right, Zoom is another one I really like technically. This has been beat down hard over the last year. And with the market being down this morning, it's not down too bad in pre-market in relative comparison. I keep an eye on this. I'm looking for a move through 70 today if it follows the move back to the upside. If it follows the market and the market stays red, then maybe that's going to wait till next week. But I am bullish on Zoom today. SoFi, guys, technically beautiful. It's making a nice inverse head and shoulders here. And I really think that SoFi is due for a massive breakout. Again, does that happen today or next week? I'm not really sure, but I see it coming. So keep your eye on SoFi. It's been beat down very, very hard. And honestly, I believe it's severely undervalued at these prices. All right, Coors, I wanted to tell you, I didn't take a snapshot of it, but Coors may get a rally today. It may not. If it does, I would get in, get up, and get the hell out, because if not, guess what? It's being delisted from the NASDAQ as of business opening on January 3rd. So today is the last day it can trade on the NASDAQ, which is why a lot of times you see rebound rallies trying to trap people. So, congrats if you're watching this video and you are aware of it ahead of time, because you best be aware that it will go to, I don't even know, it's likely trading on OTC land when it gets delisted from NASDAQ, but there's no guarantees, and I don't know what the plan is. Usually, guys are delisting it because it's in bankruptcy proceedings. It could actually come back and be re-uplisted. You've seen that happen in the past, but there's no guarantees, and that's certainly not something that I want to hold out and hope for. I mean, it's pretty darn cheap at 8 cents, but still, guys, that's your money, and if you're in there, you're going to be tied up in hopium land. They did get funding, so it is possible. It's possible it could run later. I mean, it's something you want to watch, that's fine, but I wouldn't personally keep my money in that play. All right, now let's take a look at what we're seeing for today. The futures as of yesterday, we had a really green day, guys, with 5,372 advancers, 1,112 neutral, and only 1,200 decliners. It kind of flipped the average of what it's been, right? Now, this morning, the top gainers in pre-market are DRMA, TUEM, again, TUEM, I wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole right now, PALI, PALI, CALA, and EVAX. Top losers, HOTH, TIGR, FUTU, RNAS, and VLON. Most active, LUMN, VIEW, ABEV, NCLH, and CLF. Guys, that CLF is the one I told you that has a beautiful chart technical pattern. I think we're going to see a breakout. Oh, and look at this. Technical analysis, it's the top technical analysis. It's ready for a breakout, I'm telling you. CLF, UEC, BTG, BRFS, and CPG. All right, guys, that's it for me. Have a great day. You might not see much of me on Twitter today. I'm going to try to stay up for a bit, but I feel really lousy from my procedure yesterday. So anyways, hope you all have a great